How do you live with yourself, Anita Sarkeesian? How do you do it? How do you wake up every morning and put on your shoes and your pants and go about your day and not feel ashamed for existing? How do you do it? This is my question to you. I don't understand how a person can do the things that you do and be okay with themselves. And my biggest question is, do you believe the crap that you say? Do you actually believe yourself, or are you just saying it for the money? That's my biggest question. Who are you? Have you been doing this so long that you believe it now? Do you actually believe yourself? Have you gone so far down into this black hole of lies and deceit that you actually believe what you say? Or are you just the world's number one con artist? Because that's how I see you. And Anita, you're a con artist. You're a con artist, you're a liar. This is how you got your start. You allegedly a gamer who did criticisms of video games that you've never even played. You show footage of games and you criticize the footage when the footage itself is an indictment of what you are saying. The footage itself contradicts what you're saying, but that's because it's not your footage. You stole it from someone else. You promise people you're going to put up X amount of videos in X amount of time. So give me money so I can do it. And you take their money, and the videos, they never come. You promised X amount of videos in X amount of time, and that didn't happen. You took people's money, and they kept giving it to you. You stole from them. You conned them out of hundreds of thousands of dollars. At the same time that you're lying and stealing on your videos. And then, when the people you are insulting directly insulting, when they finally come out and say, enough is enough, we're tired of you lying, we're tired of you painting us in a way that is false, insulting us, we're gonna say something about it. When people actually have the audacity to counter your arguments with facts, then you cry harassment. You never once address the criticisms directed at you. Like, Anita, why are you lying? Instead of saying, I'm not lying and this is the evidence, you cry that they're harassing you, that they're bullying you, and you ban them, you block them. You get your friends, your powerful friends, to make those people disappear. Your videos, the old ones, you couldn't comment on them. You turned off comments in your videos so people couldn't call you out for the liar that you are. And now, when somebody that does not agree with you shows up to your speech and just sits in the crowd, and you insult him personally, calling him a garbage human, harassing him, insulting him, demeaning him in public, he's the one that's harassing you. You're still the victim. Again, I asked, have you no shame? How do you live with yourself? How can you say that sitting and listening, you're the one that said listen and believe, right? You're the one that coined that phrase. So maybe he was just coming to listen. Why can't somebody come listen to you? Of course they were recording you. They knew that you wouldn't be able to handle the mere presence of somebody that disagrees with you, when you actively surround yourself only with people who agree with you, any dissidents are eliminated. And that's not harassment. That's you being a child. That's you being a quote unquote progressive. Progressives don't know how to deal with problems. There are no solutions to problems, only safe spaces. So you've created a safe space around yourself on the internet. No one can criticize you. No one can disagree with you. No one can bring up valid points that debunk your statements. You get rid of these people. You get rid of them. They're banned from Twitter. They're banned from YouTube. They're banned from Reddit. They're banned. You have powerful friends and you make them disappear. This is your safe space. Okay, the internet is not your safe space, Anita. There are people out there who have facts, and they can see that you are lying, and they will point it out to anyone who will listen. And you are losing. Your little debacle at VidCon is exactly the evidence that you are losing. People can go to your speeches and listen to you. And just because in the past they have proven you to be a liar and a con artist and a cheat and a thief, doesn't mean that they're harassing you with their mere presence. But that's what you think. That's what all of you people think. And now you're talking about actually blacklisting people from your events. People will soon not even be able to show up to things that you are putting on, right? That's how it's that. That's what you've done now. You have said people aren't allowed at my new at events in the future. You're going to try very hard to make sure this happens. It's amazing. You are an amazing person, Anita. So again, I just have to know. I have to know. Do you believe the crap that you say? Or are you just making so much money off of it that you can't go back now? You're making so much money that if you go back and actually say, I'm full of crap, your very livelihood is at stake. And that's the point we've gotten to. And I quote, "It's critical that events like VidCon recognize that and implement policies that prevent that toxicity from bleeding over into the event. No YouTube creator who makes videos that serve to target and harass individuals should be allowed to attend, and anyone who uses material filmed at a convention to harass individuals should be blacklisted from future events." That is what you're trying to do. Anyone who films me being a piece of crap, anyone who films me harassing someone else, anyone who films me insulting someone else publicly, anyone who films me calling someone garbage human publicly, and then uses that against me to show that I'm a bad person, should be banned from future events. This is who you are. You are wrong, you are the bad guy, and you're trying to cover it up. Basically, you are wrong, you're a cheater, you're a liar, and a con artist. And people have called you out on those things. You have made sure that those people disappear. And then call them harassers. And then, when somebody simply shows up to one of your speeches, you harass them and you're still the victim somehow. It's amazing. It's absolutely amazing. And in the end, who's the bad guy? Sargon. Sargon is the bad guy. So the people at VidCon have gone on to say that Sargon was there just to harass. Where have we gone as a society where showing up to somebody's speech is harassment? Just showing up to somebody's speech. But of course, black people can go up to Bernie Sanders, up on stage, tell him to move out of the way, but that's not harassment. Like, at what point have we gone so blind to one side doing things that is actual harassment, and taken it as you're sitting there, simply not saying anything, just sitting there, and that's harassment? Does no one else? I mean, am I crazy? I feel like I'm crazy. I feel like this isn't really happening. I feel like if you're a black dude and you go up to somebody's stage and, snatch the microphone from their hand and tell them to shut up and listen, or you won't let him finish a sentence and you're just chanting in his face, that is harassment. But we're not calling it harassment. We're not even, that's okay. But then somebody showing up and sitting in the crowd, just sitting there, is now harassment. It's just, that's where we are. That's where we are. It's beyond lunatic, and I don't even know how to feel, because deep down inside, I want Anita Sarkeesian to get hit by a car, and I want to be there as I watch as she slowly dies. That's what I want deep down inside. But at the same time, I'm the kind of person that says people should be allowed to say what they want. People should have the platform to say whatever they feel. And if Anita Sarkeesian is a piece of crap and she wants to lie and people want to give away money to her, even though she's stealing from them, people should be allowed to do that. And she should be able to say what she wants. And you know what? She should even be able to ban people from saying things to her. She should be able to. If she doesn't want criticism, she should be able to turn comments off in her videos. If she doesn't want criticism, she should be able to block people on Twitter. If she doesn't want those kinds of folks commenting on her Twitter page, she should be able to do all those things. If she wants to isolate herself and only surround herself with people who idolize her and are willing to give her their hard-earned money, that's perfectly okay. But there's a line. Like, if you want to have a private speech and you have to pay money to come to the speech, right? And you have to pay money to come to the speech and walk through the doors and buy a ticket to listen to her, that is fine. You can say, well, we don't want your patronage to Sargon. If like Sargon comes up and tries to buy a ticket, you're not welcome. Your money isn't any good here. Okay. I think that's okay. But if it's a public event and you can go in, like, you can buy one ticket and see any speech you want and attend any conference you want, or if it's open to the public and anyone can go, then you can't do that. And you can't have your friends ban people from Twitter. It's one thing to block people from posting on your account. It's another thing completely to remove them from a public domain. You are not the boss of the world. You are not the boss of the internet. You're not the boss of VidCon. You can't tell people where they can and can't go unless it's a private event. And what I think is, if that's what you want, if that's how you want your world to be, where you are isolated in your little bubble and no one can tell you mean things, that's okay. I am for that. I am for people being able to say whatever they want, even if it's stupid, even if it's offensive. That is what free speech is all about. And I should be able to attend those things and listen to you and disagree with you and film you and then go home and say, listen, this is what this person said. This is why I disagree with this person. If that is your thing, that is Sargon's thing. That is what Carl does on his channel. He takes lies and debunks them with fact. I don't always agree with what he says, but for the most part, I would say 90% of what he does, in my opinion, very honorable. What Anita does is not honorable at all. But I respect the fact that she has the right to say those things. As much as I really want her to get hit by a bus and die a painful, agonizing death, I still respect the fact that she should be able to say whatever she wants, whenever she wants, and if she wants to make it private, only for the people that she wants. I agree with all those things. Both of those things can be true at the same time. But Anita, you're a bad person. You are a bad person. You and all your cronies. You are all bad people, and you deserve bad things to happen to you. You really do. Because you're a bully. You're a bully, and you are the person who is human garbage. You are the one that is human garbage. You are the one that's stealing from people. You're the one that's lying to them. You're the one that's stealing other people's work. You're the one that is trying to censor other people that don't agree with you. You are the problem. You are the one. You're the authoritarian. You're the one that's for censorship. If anyone is human garbage, is Anita Sarkeesian. And for anyone that doesn't know, you are the reason I hate feminism. I used to think feminism was just a joke. And then I actually read your articles and I found out more about you. And you're the reason that I became enlightened to what you people really are. So partially, thank you. Thank you for being who you are and doing what you do. Otherwise, I would still be one of you. And that's a scary proposition.